The concept of the Leviathan is often mentioned in religious texts, literature, and folklore, typically as a huge sea monster or symbol of chaos and power. The true story about the Leviathan is somewhat tied to its symbolic representation rather than a historical event, but here's a brief look at its origins and how it has been interpreted. The most famous early reference to the Leviathan comes from the Bible, specifically in the book of Job, where it is described as a mighty sea creature that represents God's power over creation. In the Old Testament, Leviathan is sometimes viewed as a symbol of chaos, often associated with water, especially the sea, which in many ancient cultures represented a place of danger and the unknown. While there are no true stories of a literal Leviathan existing, there have been reports of large, mysterious sea creatures that some have linked to the idea of the Leviathan. In the 19th century, for instance, sailors often reported seeing giant sea serpents, and some modern scientists speculate that these sightings could have been misidentifications of real animals, like giant squids or whales. One example is the giant squid, which can grow up to 40 feet long, and was once thought to be a mythical creature, but is now known to exist. Some cultures and historical accounts have linked such creatures to the idea of a Leviathan or sea monster.
Additionally, the sperm whale, capable of growing up to 70 feet long, was also sometimes described by sailors as resembling the monstrous creatures of old myths. So while there is no true story of a literal Leviathan as a massive sea creature, the idea of the Leviathan persists in religious, cultural, and philosophical traditions. It's been used to symbolize everything from chaos and the untamed forces of nature to the power and authority of governments. The stories surrounding it are based on metaphor and legend rather than real historical events. Subscribe for more.